All right, we got an Eastern Conference Final rematch that dates back to 2023 when the Panthers swept the Canes 4-0. But don't tell Rod Brind'Amour that.
That's not what happened. I watched the game. I'm there. I'm cutting the game. We're in the game. We didn't lose 4 games. We got beat, but it's, we were right there, and this could have went the other way, and it could have been 4 games the other way.
At the end of the day, it's a sweep. But if you break it down game by game, you realize how close it actually was. In game 1, this is back in 2023, the Panthers won 3-2 in quadruple overtime. Matthew Tkachuk scored with 13 seconds left. Game 2 also went to overtime. The Panthers won 2-1. Matthew Tkachuk on the power play. Game 3, 1-0. Carolina outshot Florida in that game, 32-17, but Bob was unreal. So they won that game. Then game 4. The Panthers win 4-3, and how do they do it? It's Matthew Tkachuk once again. He scores the game winner with 4 seconds left. A sweep is a sweep is a sweep. But Carolina couldn't have got closer to winning those games. Each game, they were in every single game. They just couldn't get over the line. The Panthers won all 4. But I get what Brind'Amour is saying. Stop clowning on the guy. This is a similar but kind of different Carolina team. They play the same way. They look the same way. Every line is basically the same. Everyone plays the exact same way. They're getting some pretty good goaltending. But now they have the experience. Can that take them over the top? We'll see. According to the odds right now, they're the underdogs, even though they have home ice. And to be honest, I agree with these odds because the Canes haven't beat a legit contender yet. I mean, the Devils and the Caps are not legit, at least not even close to what the Panthers are. And the Canes still have to prove that they can get over the Eastern Conference Final hump under Rod Brind'Amour. And if they want to do that, I think it starts with rule number 1 for Carolina, and that's protect Freddie.
Training staff were by the concussion spotter. Stolars goes down and grabs his head.
That's the type of thing that the Panthers are going to do. Maybe not an elbow to the head. Well, maybe an elbow to the head. But anytime they have a chance to get in that blue paint or in and around the opponent's goalie, they're going to be there. They did it against Toronto. They did it against Tampa. They're just aggressive that way. If you give them the time and space, they're going to take it. And we know Freddie already went down in these playoffs.
Right there, he just kind of takes him in, and Anderson just stands in there and just gets blown up.
Well, his right leg kind of awkwardly gets caught underneath. Watch his right. See, Meyer kicks his right leg.
And obviously, for every single team, goaltending is important. But no Freddie Anderson for Carolina equals no Stanley Cup, because that means Pyotr Kochetkov has to come in. And no one wants to see, at least the Canes fans don't want to see Pyotr Kochetkov. The Panthers do. But Freddie's been so good. He's been the best goalie in the playoffs. 7-2 is his record. 1.36 goals against, which is the best, clearly. 937 save. And if you're looking at goals save above expected, he leads all goaltenders with 12.1. Bobrovsky, 2.8. Massive gap. The Carolina Hurricanes are getting fantastic goaltending right now. The type of goaltending that you need to go on a deep run and potentially win the Stanley Cup. So they have to protect Freddie. It is absolutely crucial. And you got to protect the front of the house in front of them, because Florida, they got 23 goals in and around that area. High danger shots. High danger goals for. The Panthers, 22-8. The only team that can match the Panthers in that area are the Edmonton Oilers on the other side. But it's important to protect Freddie, protect the house, because that's exactly where the Panthers are going to be. Anytime you do these previews, you're always kind of looking for an X factor. And there is one on the Florida Panthers, and it's not a single player. It's 3 of them, and it's the third line. Lundell, Listerainen, and Brad Marchand, who's having a fantastic resurgence in the playoffs for the Panthers. They're the best line in the playoffs right now, and the numbers back that up. In terms of goals for and goals against as a line, they're 10 goals for, 2 against. No other line in the playoffs right now can match that. Best line in the playoffs. Marchand and Listerainen, 12 points apiece. They lead their team. Number 63 led the series against the Toronto Maple Leafs in points. Does Carolina have an answer for that? I don't think so. Special teams in this series is going to be crucial. It almost always is crucial in every series, but particularly this one, because you got 2 of the best PKs right now going. 93%. That's Carolina's. Top of the pack. Right behind them at 89% is Florida. Similar power plays. So when I look at these numbers and I look how they're performing, 1 or 2 goals on the power play can make a huge difference, can decide this series, right? A lot of those goals that were scored in the first matchup that they had back in 23, power play goals for the Florida Panthers. That just broke Carolina's back. I can see a similar thing happening. I mean, maybe not the same impact from Matthew Tkachuk, who's clearly still banged up. He's still providing something out there, but he's not at his best. But if he can return to that and help the Panthers execute on the power play, that's a huge advantage for them. And for the Canes, you have to keep winning at home. Best record in the playoffs right now at the Lenovo Center, 5-0, but the Panthers are coming in with the best road record, 5-2. Feels like a homer series. It feels like both teams are going to win their games at home, and that bodes well for the Panthers. If they get to Game 7 and they win all their home games, they're going to the Stanley Cup Final. But it's obviously not going to be that easy. But if you're trying to predict, I think out of any series, for me, this is probably the easiest one to predict that it's going to go 7 games. I can't imagine one team sweeps the other. I know it happened in 2023. Different Carolina team, different Panthers team. On the offensive side, goal scoring for both sides is so spread out. Look at Carolina. They got 15 different goal scorers, 5 of them coming on defense. Florida, 17 different goal scorers, 6 on defense. Carolina's got Svechnikov, who's playing the way that Brind'Amour wants this guy to play. He called him out. He goes, listen, this is the Svech we've been waiting for. 8 goals, 3 game winners. On Florida's side, you know, Barkov hasn't had a breakout yet. Reinhart, Bennett, Verhaeghe, these players, Tkachuk, they haven't been the reason why the Panthers have been winning these games and being so successful in these playoffs. It's by committee, and once again, it's from that third line. Florida has serious firepower. They scored the most goals in the playoffs right now. This is why it's so important for Carolina to protect Freddie and protect the front of the net. That's where Florida goes to score their goals. If you go back and watch that series, just go on YouTube. Watch games 1, 2, 3, and 4. Watch the highlights and look at all the Panthers' goals. They all came from the same areas, -1 or 2. In front of the net, in the slot, or in and around the blue paint. A deflection here, a deflection there. The same recipe. That's what got them to the Cup final last year. That's what got them to the Cup final the year before. They're going to be doing the same things. Carolina has to find an answer for that. And I'll wrap this up with the big question, right? The big question for me is, can Carolina beat a legit Cup contender? Maybe the most legit out of any team remaining in the playoffs, because they've been there before back-to-back, and they look like they're a team that's headed right back there once again. I like Carolina. I like the way they play. I know everyone calls them boring, but I can't remember who said it, but someone said if you were to replace their jerseys with maybe the Leafs, or let's say the Bruins if they're in the playoffs, or the New York Rangers, people would be raving about the way that they play. They're playing playoff hockey. They're a tough team to play against. They shoot the puck from everywhere. They're relentless on the forecheck. They'd be getting so much praise, but because it's the Canes, they're not getting that type of praise. But with that said, I believe in them. I just don't think they can beat the Florida Panthers. I think the Panthers can match their game and then some. And that's what happened in 2023. And both teams aren't too far off to what they were then. I'm going Panthers in 7. I think they get it done on the road. Bobrovsky, I trust more than Freddie. And I just don't know how healthy Freddie is going to be for the rest of this series. So I'm going Panthers in 7. 3rd straight Stanley Cup final appearance for Florida. All right, that's it for me. Thanks for watching this preview. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Who's got this series? Are you going Brind'Amour and Canes? Are they finally going to get over that hump under Rod Brind'Amour? Or is it the Panthers' year once more? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.